Hello, reading 3. My blessed little dragonflies. Look at you. You're literally was the only reading that the fairies were all over you, like all over you. All over you. So look at this. So we have the dragonfly. Be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. So listen, this card always comes to me, this deck. Ever since I started working with this deck, I got this feeling that there are multiple readings on each card, okay? So you chose the dragonfly, but this reading is about the law of detachment. So we've got be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. So there may be messages in here that are not exactly for you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes there'll be multiple messages in here. So really use your intuition and discernment to, eradicate the messages that you need for your own personal story. Okay. So I'm going to just start with the first one, which is be lighthearted. I almost feel like this wants to come back because the sun's playing with a lot of energy right now. There's a lot of cool energies going around outside. It's that time of day. It's like towards the end of the day. So the detachment, be lighthearted. Okay, so it's time for you to detach from negative energy, emotion, thoughts, feelings. And trust me when I tell you, this is a tough one for me too. This is a tough one for me. I think it's a tough one for everybody, quite frankly, because it's natural for us to get angry. It's natural. And Spirit's not saying that they don't want you to feel your emotions or work with your emotions. What they're saying is that they don't want you to make your choices by emotions. They don't want you to rule your life by emotions. So even when somebody does something, quote unquote, wrong to you, bad to you, shitty, whatever the fuck terminology, you know what I mean? Like, and they're like dulling your sparkle, you know what? Be the lighthearted dragonfly that you are. That's why they have me put on an angle. That's who you are. And if you don't know anything about dragonfly spirit medicine, that is your homework. For the new people here, you go into whatever search engine that you look in, put in dragonfly spirit animal, spirit medicine, whichever one feels good to you. You can look up both. Okay. But this is a chance for you to really, really focus. Like I feel like spirit wants me to come in, like get laser focused on what is in your thoughts and what's coming out of your mouth. Because you may be, saying, oh, that's so nice, blah, blah, blah. But yet you're like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but fight that voice to judge, say anything negative. You know what I mean? Like, just think of all the good things. Even if you just met this person, right? And maybe they're being a douche, or maybe they're being a racist, or whatever it is they're doing. You approach it whatever feels good, but do it with love. Be like, I love you, man. Like, I love you. And even if they come back at you or whatever, just be like, I love you. Or walk away. If you don't want to deal with somebody, just walk away. But if it's somebody go to a positive thought. That's been my new challenge lately. When somebody is really irritating me or upsetting me and I can't get them out of my orbit, or they keep coming around my thoughts, or recently somebody's been going around. I have a feeling I know who it is. I actually have 2 people that keep coming to mind, so I don't know if they're doing it at different times or whatever, but and since I'm a telepath, but they're powerful too, it's like, I don't think they realize I know, but it doesn't matter. But I've been getting these like thumbs down on my stuff. And before I used to be like, who the fuck's doing that? Really? Really? You're so offended by like a rainbow? Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on with people? And then over the years, I realized like it makes me more sad that I'm like, how much energy does it take for someone to say something negative or put a thumbs down on something? If you don't like it, walk away. But you don't have to feed it or give it negative energy. Feel, do the flitty, fun butterfly, dragonfly. See, you can look up butterfly too. I feel like they're kind of the same, right? Because we've got on the bottom adapt and change, right? And, I don't know how a dragonfly is born or whatever, but I do know that with the, I'm like, I feel like now I should know that. Not that I should anything, but I don't want to shit on myself. But you know what I mean? It's like we can look at a butterfly and we know that a butterfly is a caterpillar that, metamorphoses, goes into a cocoon, and turns into a butterfly. And it's like, that's where you are. I feel like you guys are coming out of it, you're coming out of the dark night of the soul, and you're trying to fly, but yet you're like, how come things aren't happening? I'm telling you right now, it is the law of attraction. And, so whenever somebody starts irritating me or pissing me off or whatever, even that with a thumbs down, I was just like, man, I love you. Whoever you are, I love you. And, whatever. And it's interesting because they seem to fade away. So I don't know if they're like drunk as hell or like, or they're just mad or whatever, and they just want to take it out on me. I don't know. But I'll get like a plethora of them at once, and then they all miraculously disappear. I have no more dislikes on my stuff. And like sometimes it's the next morning almost. That's why I said I feel like it's somebody who's like drunk dialed, right? And they're just like, oh fuck. And they're just like, oh, I don't really hate her. Or I don't really dislike it. I'm angry with myself, right? Or blah, 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 whatever. Because the truth is, it's like most people, it's about themselves. It's not about you. So, take the high road. As my old friend used to say, rise above it. Like, rise above it. Fly above it. They're really into dragonflies too, which is exactly that, like rising above it. So the next one is finding out. So, you either have found out something, I just got the chills, or you guys are about to find out some shit. And you know what? You got to just detach from it. Like, don't let it, like maybe you've been waiting for some type of outcome or whatever, and it's just like not what you think it's going to be. And you find out and you're just like, oh. Spirit saying, remember, rejection is Spirit's protection. And also, they wouldn't lead you to it if you didn't need to go through it. I'm all about cliches today. It's the end of the day. I'm tired. But it's true. They're giving them to me because they're true. And they stick with you because they're real. Right? And also for some of you, you're just going to be finding out some shit about other people too. Because it sucks, doesn't it? When you find out like who somebody really is. I lost so many friends and family that way. I had to, especially when I started waking up more as a telepath. And if you are a telepath, you understand. It's like, because most people, I don't want to say most people, but a lot of people do not guard their minds and their thoughts. And so I hear what they're saying. And, they could even be telling me one thing with a smile on their face, but then like I'll hear the negative things they're saying. I'm like, oh shit. So if you have that, that's when I always am like, I just love them harder. Just love them harder back. Because again, it has nothing to do with you. So detach from that. Detach from also you need to start saying, I don't care what you think of me. For some of you, you literally need to take that on as your mantra. I don't care what you think of me. Lily Light Tarot, she's somebody I stumbled upon recently, and I really like their readings. They always have these great mantras that they say, and it's important. I think it's important for us to keep saying those mantras, right? And if something is going awry with someone, just remember why you became friends in the first place, why you started dating in the first place, why you started that job in the first place. You know what I mean? And if it's not the same and you're not aligning, well, that's Spirit telling you, they're not your people. That's not your job. It's not your situation. You need to move. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. The next one is things coming to light. Well, I think that kind of goes hand in hand with finding out. And the great thing is they'll be illuminated. And I feel like for some of you guys, obviously these are timeless, but in real time, the full moon in Sagittarius is in a few weeks. So, full moons are all about bright lights, and it's a super moon. So it's going to be super moon, super big. You know what I mean? Like it's going to illuminate a lot of things, but also the Sagittarius energy is so fun. I know I'm a triple Sag. We like to have fun and love people and party, so it's going to be good. And we're going to be coming out of all this energy. Jupiter and Aries will be in full swing. We're going to be feeling really good. So, things might be coming to light for you in a few weeks. Then we have adapt. I feel like for some of you, adapt for me, I'm torn on this one. What do you want to say about it, Spirit? I'm going to drink some water and let them talk to me. Drink some water, stay hydrated. Also, when I looked down, it was 9:31. So 9:31 is, I also saw 9:30. So either one or both. It could be a variation of the numbers, angel numbers, whatever feels good. So they're saying, they want me to say what I was going to say. So adapt is a very interesting word because you can adapt to your surroundings, right? Like almost all of us can adapt to anything, even if we're in the most horrific situation, it's like our brains help us. Like, they say when people get shot, they ask them if they felt the pain. They're like, I don't know. It's like, I don't remember. It's like your body turns off because it's like you just had when I looked down, it was 10/11. Your body just had a piece of metal rip through it, from, going how many miles an hour or whatever. So it's like, right? And you got shot. And you're like, ugh. And that could be emotionally and physically, or beyond physically, it could be emotionally and mentally, right? Somebody says something, does something, you're just like, bam, it's like you got shot, you're in shock. You don't even know, you're like, I need a minute. It's like something turns off inside of you that is having a hard time taking that information in. And some people, so it's like you naturally adapt because it's like nature. And then there are some people who have the personality to be able to adapt to a situation, right? I know from my own personal experience, I've lived in homes, I've lived in apartments. Now I've lived in a camper, an RV, tiny home, 26 by 10 foot, for the last 6 years. Never thought I could do this. Never. And it almost broke me a gazillion times. But I learned so much about myself, and I learned like what I can and can't handle. So I learned how to adapt, but it also changed me and it healed me. Do you see at the bottom of that card? It says adapt, change, and heal. So sometimes it sucks finding things out. But then once we have the information, once we take time to work through it, sometimes you have to go through the 7 stages of death, right? If you don't know what that is, research it on your own. But we can go from like freaking out to accepting it. But sometimes it takes us a little bit longer. Don't judge yourself or others of how long it takes them to adapt and change and heal through a situation. You're a dragonfly. You could do anything, right? You're adaptable. But not everybody's like that. And I don't know the longevity of a dragonfly, but they're saying, just remember to keep your energy, like don't keep giving your energy away, especially to those who don't deserve it. This is the law of detachment. What do you need to fly away from? Right? Also, what's in that dragonfly? A dragon, man. A fucking dragon. You guys are dragons. You're powerful, 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 powerful creatures. Look up dragon spirit medicine and look up fly spirit medicine. You guys got a lot of homework. I was like, man, this is wrapping up. It's kind of short, but you guys got a lot of homework. And I really, really hope that you do it because it makes a big difference. Look up dragon spirit medicine, fly spirit medicine, spirit animal, whichever words feel good to you. They just have they come from different, spirit medicine is more like indigenous, and the spirit animal is more, in my experience, right? Like it's more like the earthly, like, I don't know how to explain it. You can research that too. I'm like, I'm too tired. I feel like I can go into it, but 1316 is another angel number. You guys have a lot going on, which is also number 11. So yeah, any other messages? Yes, it's time for healing. That's why they said the amethyst. So get some amethyst for you, for your person, for your people, or whatever. Or, you can only suggest somebody, right? It's like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Don't try and force it. Don't try and force anybody else. Just be your beautiful, flitty, fairy self. And, let people follow by example. Show them who you are. Show everybody who you are. And maybe it's going to be about other people finding out about you. That, maybe you wear suits to work and now we have a new person. I think that they're new in this tribe, but definitely on my Tickety Talk channel, there's this wonderful light being who quit their very awesome posh job for $45 an hour, to work on art. Cause they're like, fuck this. Like, I don't want to like have one more second of soul sucking of my life, and they, want to be who they are. And it was so cute. They were dressed like, in one of their videos, they were dressed like Stevie Nicks. And they're like, look at me, And I was like, I remember what that's like. I remember being that person and then going into like working in offices and wearing suits and being, and I remember also when I was just like, fuck it, I ain't doing this anymore. You think I lived in this tiny home for 6 years because it was fun? No, it's because I've been going through major shit and I had to like change. I had to become who I am today, who you're hearing right now before you. And it took a lot of me having to be lighthearted and letting go and, no blame I found out a lot of shit about myself, about other people. So much shit came to light. I had to adapt and change and heal. And we're always going through these emotions, right? We're always finding out new things. We're always learning new things. New things are always coming to light. We adapt and change, and we keep healing, and we keep moving forward. So keep on keeping on. Keep on moving forward. You got this. But it's time to let go of that other shit. You want to move forward? You want the life of your dreams? You have to let go of the past. It doesn't exist anymore. And if you haven't watched the last new moon and Gemini reading that I just posted, I highly recommend you go check it out. It's really awesome. Also, my Tickety Talk, I've been putting up some really fun, cool readings. Spirit's having me do completely different things there and here. It's really awesome. I'm loving watching our tribe grow. And I'm glad I said yes, because you know what? I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do it, and I kept putting it off until finally it was like, Spirit was like, this is it. You start going it or you don't. They're like, you need to go there. It's part of your work. Like, you have to go work there. And I was like, They're like, but you make TikTok what you want it to be. And you know what I do? I download the app every day, and when I'm done posting, or they have me go to a few different things, then I uninstall the app and I don't look at it. I go and I bring the medicine, and then I go back to my world, you know? So you have to do what works for you. I love you guys so much. I'm a fellow fucking dragon too, so I love you so much. All right. So if you'd like to book any time with me, or if you'd like to purchase a video, it's only $50, and you get your own personal video. I make it for you. It's whatever you need. You give me questions. But it's kind of funny though, because so many times people do one-on-one sessions with me, and I'll say, do you want to hear what Spirit has to say first, or do you want your questions? Like 99% of the time people are like, no, I want to know what Spirit has to say first. And then like when we're done, I'm like, oh wait, did you want any questions? You're like, no, you answered all of them. I'm like, yeah, because Spirit knows. But it's fucking awesome, and I love doing them. But if you want to book a one-on-one with me, you can do that as well. All of my information and my rates are below. You email me at themagicalmedium@gmail.com. If you'd like to contribute to my beautiful work here, I really appreciate it. That is there as well. And everything is in my about section too. So there's links, everything. I made it easy for you. Okay, so until next time, you guys, all of my information is in the description box below. Take really good care of yourselves and each other. I need to slow down. I love you. Blessed be. Aho.